Hey, good evening, folks. So, the first day of 2025 is coming to a close, and got my Bronco hat on here. I'm going to be going over Matthew 20, and this is a really good chapter, I think, to start the new year on because it deals a lot with ego and self importance. And Jesus is addressing it with the parable of um, the vineyard owner hiring people to come and work in the vineyard. And it's so easy for us to forget that everything in our lives is actually a gift from God and that we need to live in a state of gratitude and acceptance and love rather than always worrying about what we are deserving and what somebody else has, comparing ourselves to others, because ultimately everything is a gift from God. So, anyway, let's get into this a little bit. So, this is Matthew 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like a master of a house who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And going out about the third hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And he said to them, You go into the vineyard too, and whatever is right I will give you. So they went. Going out again about the sixth hour and the ninth hour, he did the same. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing, and he said to them, Why do you stand here idly all day? Well, they said to him, Because no one has hired us. So he said to them, You go into the vineyard too. And when evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last up to the first. And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each of them received a denarius. Now, when those hired first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also received a denarius. And on receiving it, they grumbled to the master of the house, saying, These last worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat. But he replied to them, Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give this last worker as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity? So the last will be first, and the first last. And as Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside and said on the way to them, See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and he will be raised on the third day. Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came up to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked him something. And he said to her, What do you want? She said to him, Say that these two sons of mine are to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your kingdom. And Jesus answered, You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am to drink? They said to him, We are able. And he said to them, You will drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant at the two brothers. But Jesus called them to him and said, You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And as they went out of Jericho, a great crowd followed him. And behold, there were two blind men sitting by the roadside. And when they heard that Jesus was passing by, they cried out, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." The crowd rebuked them, telling them to be silent, but they cried all the more, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." And stopping, Jesus called them and said, "What do you want me to do for you?" They said to him, "Lord, let our eyes be opened." And Jesus, in pity, touched their eyes, and immediately they recovered their sight and followed him. So you can see that it's about God's generosity. And Jesus keeps telling everybody, let your ego go. You know, do the opposite. Don't expect to be served, but serve. And then that's when his Father in heaven, that's when God, that's what he recognizes is self-sacrifice, loving your neighbor as you would love yourself, or even more, and serving them. Just as Jesus got down and washed the feet of his disciples, and washing feet was looked at as one of the lowest duties that anybody ever did. But he got down and he washed the feet of his disciples. He came to serve and to redeem, not to be served, not to have a big ego, or he would never have gone to the cross for all of our sins. So something to think about as we enter this new year, that it's not about us, but what we can do for others. And if we take on a attitude of gratitude and look for ways to help our fellow man, ultimately, God is pleased with that, and he will always help us. So remember, focus vertically, not so much horizontally, and have a wonderful day. God bless.